story took first place in the editing category of the Alaska Press Club Awards. We know you'll enjoy the Eagle Lady of Homer.
She has long been a fixture of the Homer Spit, occupying her small RV and yard near a nearly empty RV park. The park is nearly empty, that is, save for the more than 200 eagles gathered there for a midday meal, courtesy of Gene Keene.
I've always fed birds. Never, it's the first time I've fed eagles, but we've had some tough winters here where a lot of them would not have survived, especially the weaker ones and ones with bad feet and bad beaks. And especially this winter, when we hit so much snow and very cold weather, this year they're very aggressive to get the food. And so that this way by spring they're nice and fat and sassy. And but there's a lot of satisfaction in knowing that they're fed, not laying out there starving.
Her love of Alaska's abundant eagle population began as a unique way to dispose of some fish scraps. But over the years, it's developed into a personal relationship with the nation's symbol.
One thing led to another, and I was supervisor over here for Icicle Seafoods for a long time, and of course I had access and to leftover fish and stuff. I'd start bringing home a bucket or two, and then of course it led to a lot more than that.
The eagles get fish scraps donated by local processing plants and local citizens, recycling what have been thrown out to rot. Some years, she's laid out 60,000 pounds of fish heads and scraps to the hundreds of young and mature eagles patiently perched on every conceivable spot surrounding her home or soaring overhead. Her efforts have drawn attention of national and international media organizations. TV crews from foreign nations have made the trip to the end of the Spit to document a day in the life of the Eagle Lady. Likewise, photographers from around the globe and nation have been privileged to enter Keene's yard to get some of the most amazing shots of this rare gathering.
They can get closer to the birds here without bothering them than they can anywhere else. And so that I don't allow any tripods set up outside the fence. But in here you can go ahead and set your tripod up, and as long as they're not hanging over the fence and making quick, fast moves, and stuff, the birds have accepted them.
Oh, God, look at that.
But there's an added benefit in providing visiting families and children with the chance for a shot that's usually been reserved for professionals with the biggest lenses.
I get more of a kick out of throwing a piece of food by a car that's got a bunch of kids in it. Then they have an eagle go up there and they just squeal with delight. I get a bigger kick out of that than anything. And so, and 99% of the kids are great.
To keep from disturbing the feeding, Keene keeps some strict rules for those who choose to come out to the Homer Spit to watch and photograph.
I lay down some solid rules and regulations for everybody, even the photographers. And So that, and I hope they appreciate the fact, and I think 99% of them do, and the fact that they can get so close to birds. To some of them it means a great deal, to others it doesn't mean a tinker's damn.
But Keene's feathered feeding program has not been without its critics. In the early days, some of her Homer neighbors and the Department of Fish and Wildlife had expressed concerns for possible impacts on eagle feeding habits, the bird's health, or they're getting used to being around humans. Those charges, Keene said, have been disproven over the years.
There's always going to be people opposed to it. But when I started doing it, years ago, they said, well, she's going to have 1,000 birds here. They're going to all die of a disease, and they're all going to starve the minute she quits feeding them in the spring. Well, none of this has happened.
Jean Keene's future on the Homer Spit and her voluntary eagle feeding program is uncertain, she says. Developers are interested in adding condominiums to the Land's End Resort, and there's talk of building a new marine repair terminal out here. Either one will bring increased activity to the Spit, and Keene fears that may forever change the environment and comfort level of the hundreds of eagles who annually converge here. For now, that's little concern for the eagles, who will soon be off to continue their own life cycles, just a little stronger for the care provided by the Eagle Lady of Homer, Jean Keene. In Homer, I'm Gary Fife, Inside Alaska.
And she is a remarkable lady. Our thanks to Jean King for the visit and